Matt's computer. Hi, I'm so excited to have our team call tonight. Hi, Katie. Hi, Evan. So good to see everyone. I'm sure, I know that Ashley will be hopping on in a minute too. She had a wedding tour at 4, so she should be hopping on any minute, and I'm sure other people will too. But I wanted to get started because I know we always start with sharing wins and sharing personal development takeaways. So tonight we're going to be talking about our 3-year picture. It's not like a plan, it's a picture, and so you're going to be kind of more visualizing, and we're going to do some interactive work later on. But it was inspired by, you've probably heard about me talk about Guide Culture. I am a part of something called Guide Culture Academy, and so monthly they do resources and provide a lot of content, and I was watching it yesterday, and I was like, this would be really good for people to have for themselves and also to share with other people that they work with. Okay, so does anyone have wins on your personal journey, business journey, and then also would love to know if you have any personal development takeaways from this week or anything that resonated with you since Tuesday, since we were last on. And if not, that's fine too.
I have a quick little win I thought was pretty cool. So today I was homeschooling my nephew, and we had to do 60-second jump ropes. And I had to tell him to keep up with me because he couldn't keep up with me. And I was just like, he's my why. Trying to keep up with him is my why. And the fact that I was just like, hello, keep up. And then I kept telling him, you can do anything for 60 seconds. I had a total beach body moment.
Like, I feel like that's like an Autumn thing. Like, you can do anything. Or
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an Autumn. Autumn always says that. You can do anything for 60 seconds. And I was like, what?
That's so
Just wanted to share that.
Oh, that's so fun. Oh, 60 seconds. Yes, you can do anything for 60 seconds. Anyone have any PD takeaways?
I just lost power, so I'm not sure. Oh, wait, no. Never mind.
I was like,
Nope.
Why did it go dark? Oh, is it because of the snow?
Yeah, so
Oh
I'm not
God.
sure how long my laptop will last, but I'll be here as long as I can.
That's okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, power outages. Oh my gosh. Wow, yeah, I know. It's snowing, I think, over here too. So, or some areas over here. Sari's actually over by you right now. Amanda, I'm not really sure why, but she said she was on her way over there. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So, November leaderboard. Shout out to everyone on the leaderboard. I know this was shared last week, but I love shouting you all out this week as well. And our longevity club. Boop, boop. Okay, I also wanted to just make sure everyone, there's the recording for the Super Weekend. So if you weren't able to watch that over the weekend, I recommend doing that for your region if you can. They had speakers. Ours was Brittany Powers, but every region had a different speaker. So I'm actually going to try and go back and watch other regions and just kind of skip forward to the speakers to see what they talked about. I also wanted to make sure that if you didn't watch the National Wake Up Call on Monday, to watch it. Danielle Natoni she likes to call herself a dinosaur coach. She's been around for 10 years, but she is so inspiring. And whenever she shares and talks, I just am always in awe with her leadership and just herself as a mom. And I just feel like I can relate in so many ways. So what she talks about, I feel like actually we do a lot of. So it was kind of nice to hear and be like, oh my gosh, how she onboards and how she focuses on helping her new customers or coaches have just a challenge group to open up and don't have to do anything with, but kind of just encourages that. I feel like we do that, but it was just nice to hear kind of someone else that's been in this business for a long time talk about how they've evolved and ebbed and flowed. So that's something that I would recommend going back and watching the replay. And I wanted to just also share that they just started releasing the content for the 9-week Control Freak. So I will start uploading and sharing some of that stuff in the team page. But right now, I just changed the header and things like that for our info group. So if you have people interested in the 9-week Control Freak, there is an info group. It was the same as the 30-day breakaway last time. So if you have people in there or you're in it, and that's great. But it's the same group. I've just switched it up. So we'll be adding things into there. And again, I've also added these into the team page, these calendars. So you should be able to save it if you want on your phone and such. And then also I uploaded the team calendar. This is in the team page, so also save that to your phone or anywhere so that you kind of are aware of what it looks like. 1 second.
I don't know where my charger from my
Okay, I'm back. Can't find a charger for Kindle. That's not my problem right now. I'm off mom duty. Okay, so I'm gonna stop my share. That's all I had of slides. I really like being able to just like talk to you guys. I hope that's okay. And I do have like a drive or notes, I should say, because I wanted to make sure that I like was prepared. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna share kind of like an overview. And actually, do you guys want me to share my screen of just my notes so you can kind of see like what I'm talking about? Is it easy to follow along sometimes when it like, you see what I'm saying? Okay, I'll just share kind of what I did. So these actually were like, these notes were given to me, but then I made a copy and I just added to them. So this is an overview for a 3-year plan. And the reason why, or picture, sorry. The reason why I'm not saying plan is because every year your plan will change. So you want to visualize what your life would look like in 3 years. So there's a reason that we plan ahead, and like why Beachbody lets us know what's to come. So that's why we know 9-Week Control Freak was coming out months ago, when like the season, right, or the quarter that it's coming out. And then we also know that Shaun T's program is coming out in March of next year. And then we'll find out when, so they always want us to be prepared and have a plan. I said, you know, fail to plan, plan to fail. And so that's also why we really encourage to plan out 3 months of your groups. So knowing like, and that's why I think that having those monthly challenge group guides are so helpful, because you already know, I know when my start date is, and I know that I'm going to have these resources coming to me, and I can switch it like that. So kind of figuring out what that looks like for you. And you want your people to come into something peaceful and not chaotic. While it might feel chaotic to you sometimes, that's okay. But what you want to make sure is that you have this plan so that when you're helping people and onboarding people, that you have this simplicity. So that's why using the forms are great, and they can fill out that form, or they can DM you, or whatever is easiest for them, really. I just say kind of however they feel like is easiest for them to communicate, then that's great. So this, again, these notes might not make sense. I'm gonna just kind of go off of what I wanted to share, but this applies to you. So having meetings with yourself is so valuable. So right now, maybe you're just a solopreneur. And then once you cultivate that team, that becomes a way that you can also have these meetings with your team. So if it's just you right now, that's great. You should still be having these meetings with yourself. I hired a virtual assistant about 4 years ago, and I was listening to this call, and she was talking about delegating. And I know, well, sometimes it can seem a little fearful where you're like, I don't know if I have the income to even make that. I didn't have that to hire her, but I knew it was going to serve me in a place where I could actually serve where I was good at, like in my conversations and talking to people, what excited me. I wanted to be able to talk to people more. I didn't really want to be creating graphics. I don't create the team, the weekly graphics. I have someone help me do that because I want to be able to invest my time in having conversations with you and having conversations with the people that I'm helping on my Instagram and so forth. So knowing that maybe you can't afford her or you're that person at the time, but where can you maybe delegate? Maybe that's just hiring a house cleaner. Things like that, simple things that could help you ease up some time so that you can put your precious energy into what's going to serve you and to serve how you want to grow. It said, so she talked about how it will help you make more money in less time, and also helps you feel refreshed. When you're sitting down to work, you can feel refreshed, like, oh my gosh, I don't have to do this task, this daunting task that one, I'm not good at, and just drains my energy. Because how many times have you sat down to work and you felt drained? I know I have. There have been many times that has happened, and that's why I hired someone to help me And if I still feel that way, I can say, hey, how could Carrie help me with this? Is there a way that she could do this so that I'm able to have, because when you have that drained energy, you don't really want to pour into anything else, am I right? So it helps in, it's that compound effect with that as well. So start thinking about a future team, not employees, because obviously everyone's their own boss, but start thinking about your future team and what they will do. I think I said this on a call a while ago, but it resonated with some people. Think if you had like a video camera crew, like the Kardashians at your house, and you were working and you had your coaches watching you, would you want them doing what you're doing? So thinking like that, am I doing and am I showing up how I want my coaches to see it? If I were to like record a TV series for my team and they would just like follow me around. Seeing a system and passing over and delegating to just kind of have that sweet spot for you to know that it is possible. You can also implement some of this stuff with your partner. So if you have a husband or a partner and they're willing to help and they want to help, you can talk to them about business ideas. You can talk to them and involve them and show them and say, hey, this is the 3-year picture and this is what it looks like. Maybe ask for their opinions and ask what they think. And if they're not super supportive, that's okay too. You can always show them and prove to them, not in a sassy way, like, oh, like, I can do this, but in a way, like, I know that this is going to work. And I know that I'm serving for a better purpose. And this is what it looks like. Okay. So what this is going to look like is, again, this is the overview. And then it's kind of going to be like a series of team calls about this because we're just talking about the 3-year picture tonight. And we're going to kind of brainstorm about that and what you want to see our team and our culture look like in the next 3 years. So for your bigger picture, you need to revisit your ideal client avatar. I'm curious, who has done this? If you have never done this, that's okay. And if you have done this, that's great. But I want to also make sure that we're doing this at least once or twice a year. So if I were you, I would do this at least every 6 months, because you know how we encourage you to reevaluate your season every 3 months? You evolve at least every 6 months, right? You've learned new things, you've grown, you've maybe had something happen in your life that has impacted you in a way that makes you think a little bit differently, right? So there's a lot of things that change in our life. So if I have a ideal client PDF that I'll share that makes it a little bit more simple so you can go in, but on the call that I was on, she says to take like 4 hours. And you're going to really think about, like, what do people need to believe in order to buy from you? This is your content plan. So pretending you're the president of the online business, you are in control. When someone's coming to you, you are guiding them to make the best choice because they trust you. So what is that slogan or message for your business and what you want? What you want people to hear, and what you want people to believe in order to buy from you. I heard something the other day, and he said, leadership is helping people think the way they need to think so they can do what they need to do so they can have what they want to have. It's to change the way people think so that they will buy from you, and that you can serve them after they've bought from you. Because remember, it's not just about that purchase. It's about serving them and what they get after that. And that's something you can incorporate in your slogan. If that's something you want, like, I'm here to serve you now and forever, whatever that looks like, so think about what you want that to look like. And then also focus on the right things, not all the things. What do you need to believe in? And what you have to offer people to have that clarity. You will feel more confident in who you're speaking to because you have a more clear vision on who it is. And think of it as like you're drawing a missing person, okay? So say your ideal client went missing and you had to explain who that person is so that they could find that person. Like, you are getting that specific on who your person is. Okay, and again, it can change. I'm not saying this is like a one stuck person, but you should be that specific on who it is. And again, do this every year, if not more. And this will really keep your message clear and strong on Instagram. This is what's going to help you attract that person. Again, you're not going to be talking to everyone, and that's okay. You don't want to be talking to everyone. You really want to be I mean, in a sense, kind of, but you really want to have that one picture, that one message that's going to really resonate also with you and bring you joy. Okay, so your 3 uniques. So this is going to be super helpful for you to also know what you stand for. So what makes you different and special? So if you were to line up side by side with other coaches, there might be similar 2 uniques, but there can never be 3 uniques. You want to tell them what you won't do, and then you tell them what you will do. So like, here's an example for Recover, okay? My after workout protein smoothie, Recover, will not take all of the muscle soreness away. What it will do is it will help with muscle recovery, which helps with muscle soreness the next day to help you push harder on your workout than if you were to not drink it. I didn't tell them that it was going to completely take away their muscle soreness away, because if they drank it and they're like, I'm still sore, because right, you can still be a little sore after Recover, right? It doesn't take it away completely, but what it will do is it helps them develop lean muscles, and it helps them do these other things. So by doing that, it actually, like, you don't want to overstate. I just have to say, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people get on their stories, and that this is no one of us, this is none of us. I'm thinking of one person, but they're like, this is the best thing ever, and you just need it. Like, this is gonna be like, and I'm like, but why? But why is it the best thing ever? Like, please tell me, because maybe it's the best thing to you, and maybe it's like the thing that everyone needs. But let me tell you that there's going to be someone else that thinks something else is the best. So just by saying something's the best is not a selling point for someone. You actually want to tell them what it won't do, and then tell them what it will do, because that builds more trust. And then being like, oh, this person is like, knows what they're talking about and knows what it can do and what it won't do. Okay, sorry, I got off on a little tangent. But again, you want to have those 3 things. So what is that going to look like when you stand side by someone? You could have 2 similar. I did the guide culture one just to kind of give you an example. So there are 3 uniques: is 1, proven 30-year sales method; 2, individual feedback and coaching; and 3, community of next level entrepreneurs. And she was like, number 2 could be pretty generic, right? Individual feedback and coaching. That could be like a lot of businesses, but not all 3, right? That's unique to them. So really decide, what is most special to you and your ideal client. It's the 3 together. It's not just 1 and it's not just 2, it's those 3. So this is going to take time. Like, I would delegate some time for yourself to think about this. And again, I'll share that ideal client avatar with you guys. And then we're going to talk about your signature process next week. So this is going to look different, but we're going to kind of talk about this next week, because this kind of goes deeper. So this is the 3-year picture, not a plan. Your person can see what you're saying, and this will help you improve your process for your plan. So what is in a 3-year picture? These are the things you want to think about. And again, this is going to be on your own time. Revenue. What do you want to generate in the next 3 years? What does that look like? Again, that's going to be different products coming out. But I want you to think, how many people do you want to help with each launch? How many people do you want to help each month? And this can be beyond challenge packs. This could be helping people with just Shakeology, or helping people with just Energize, or helping people with just collagen. And how will you lead your team and work on your leadership in this next year? So these are just examples, but ways that you can think about the revenue picture. And I also have a, hold on. This is actually why is that not working? Here. So this is just for Q4 actually, but basically this would look different for us, but there's revenue, cash balance, accounts payable. So like if you have a VA, just like planning ahead for what it looks like. How many discovery calls do you want to have? So that would be like, if someone's interested in your challenge group, hopping on the phone with them for 15, 20 minutes and just talking about their goals and what would look best for them. How many new Instagram followers, how many email subscribers. So whatever that looks like for you, I would make sure that you're planning that out every single quarter. Okay, I hope that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, and then again, profit, and then specific measurables. So kind of what I just showed you, the IG followers, Facebook group, all that. So, okay, here's the process. So I want us, we can type these in the chat if we want, or I can just type, if people want to unmute, and I can just start typing these in right now. But it says, have everyone on your team write down bullet points for what your organization will look like 3 years from now. The environment, like working on together, culture, characteristics, and quality of people. What do you want this to look like and all that? So then we're going to combine our results, and then we're going to visualize. So I would love if everyone can just unmute. You don't have to stay muted, and just share qualities, or if you can't unmute, you can type in the chat. Just share qualities that you want on your team too. It doesn't have to be just, you know, for our whole team, but I always want to feel inviting. Inviting more. What else? I guess, like, what do you look for, like, qualities of people? And I'll share these in the team page too. Fun.
I put empowering, supportive, successful, determined, hardworking, consistent, and fun and energetic.
Okay, wait. Energetic, empowering, supportive, successful. Wait, you're muted again.
Determined, hardworking, and consistent.
And I feel like this can be a, like, never-ending list, or we can keep adding to it. Yeah, I love all these. And I feel like we are all that right now. So, like, this is something in the mornings to visualize. Like, sit down, and when you're thinking about the people that you want to help, like, I want to help people today that are fun, energetic, empowering, you know, hardworking, self-motivated, which I feel like we all are. Inspiring, resourceful. Weird. Okay. And so then this is going to help you with your year plan. So something we're going to do towards the end of the year is we're going to take like a day, not a day, but more than a team call time, and kind of map out our year and what that looks like, our goals. We always do like a vision board party, but it's going to be a little bit more like goal oriented. And I'll have some steps and stuff like that. Was this, like, I never had thought about it. Like, I've always thought about where my life, like, when I joined Beachbody, I was like, what's my 10-year plan? Like, kind of like Danielle and Tony. I was like, what is my life and what am I going to look like in 10 years? I was 22 and I was like, I want to be somewhere by the time I'm 30 You know, you hear about people that have kids young and whatever. And I was like, I'm determined to have just kind of a different life. And now that I'm coming up on my 30th birthday, I'm like, I need to think about like 10 more years. And so this is something that I feel like I have subconsciously done and just wanted to share with you all so that you can kind of think of the bigger picture, but like 3-year increments, but also having those year plans because it's different than visualizing. And again, like your 3-year picture can be obviously more than Beachbody. Like, of course, Beachbody is a part of that, but what else is your life going to look like in those 3 years? What do you want to do as a family? What goals do you have as a family? Are there trips that you want to take together? Like all those things, I think is super important to visualize so that you can have a sense of what you're striving to do. Okay, I'm going to stop my share. And I can share these notes with you too, if you found them helpful. I hope this was helpful and valuable for you all. Any questions or anything you want to talk about, share, can be completely open in just 3 years or what we talked about. Is anyone excited for 9-week Control Freak?
I'm trying to really figure out how to do a nutrition first approach, but then also be excited about Control Freak because I obviously do nutrition first, and then 9-week Control Freak is so container focused because Autumn has UPS and she's going to talk mostly about UPS. So I'm just trying to really figure out how to approach this so that it's still nutrition first, but then I still love to work out and I'm still effing excited about this. So it's just kind of like, how do I create the buzz, but then not also alienate anybody who probably can't do 9-week Control Freak, you know?
Right. Well, I think she did talk about how she wants you to choose which one is best for you. So she might not talk about the containers as much, especially if she's like wanting people to do it. So maybe just talking about how you're doing, obviously, 2B Mindset and how what's her name? Was it Ashley? Amanda 2 weeks ago? How she talked about how she just workout like the extra, like it's always 2B Mindset focused and like this is the workout program she's doing, but it's like extra, like she's still focused.
Yes. 2B. I need to go back and listen to that national wake up call.
Yeah, because I think that might give you some ideas in there.
Because I felt the same way she did, where she said that it was like every program would come in and then be like, this is the one where it's gonna stick, and this is the one that's gonna and then it didn't. It like, sure, I lost the weight, but then like in between programs or once the excitement was over, like it came back on, or I was just like fluctuating, and then like 2B really is what has kept me consistent because it's like an open-ended program that I'm just gonna be doing forever, and then like she said, the workouts are the bonus. So definitely and then anybody who might be a UPF person could totally just be like, UPF is the bomb. And I totally dated myself with the bomb. What did I just say? And like, that's my jam. And no, but like, and then we can just talk about the workouts because that's kind of what I've already been doing, but I just haven't I just switched to the nutrition first approach, so I'm like, how am I gonna handle lunch?
Being consistent with it, especially if, like you said, you kind of just switched it. I think I really think just adding that as the bonus will really help, and like you said, it'll open doors for other people too that are maybe.
Ooh, so I could talk about how now you can get VIP access to this program that hasn't even been launched, but you're still going to be focusing on your nutrition. Okay. I love that. Okay, I'm so glad I asked.
Yay. Yes. Yeah, and let us know how it goes too as you're doing it. Yay. Okay. I want to take a picture really quick before we hop off. Thank you all for being on and taking the time out of your nights. All right, ready? I have the sparkles on us. Okay. Oh my gosh, so cute. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, so cute. I tapped my phone to like fix the brightness and it made the butterflies appear. So cute. Anyone else have anything they want to share? Totally non-Beachbody related? Anything? Katie, what are you cooking?
Fajitas.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah, I got these. Hold on. Trader Joe's sells like pre-marinated chicken, and I found a recipe online and it looked good.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really good.
I've been wanting to try those pre-marinated meats.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know how you like it. Because I'm like, I always eye them, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know, though.
And I get there's like the grass-fed like sirloin that's already cooked, and I put it on my salads, and it's really good. And it's like cooked like rare, and it's already cooked. All you have to do is put it on your salad.
At Trader Joe's?
Yeah, here, I'll go get the box. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what?
I like only shop at Trader Joe's because it's just so easy.
I miss Trader Joe's. I used to work down the street from a Trader Joe's, so I was there like 24/7. Like I literally just go during my lunch break and walk the aisles just cause. And then now I work in downtown LA and they have a Whole Foods down the street. And I'm like, I'm not this bougie. Like this is not in my budget. Like Trader Joe's was bougie on a budget. Like that's what that was. But Whole Foods is a whole different level.
It's pretty.
This stuff. It's
Okay, I've never. Oh.
And it's
That looks so good.
It's so many slices and it's already cooked, and I feel like I always have it in my fridge for like an easy lunch or even like a lazy dinner.
Oh my gosh.
And you can cook it with veggies and like heat it up, but it's good hot or cold. So yeah.
I feel like Andrew would like I'm always trying to find like options for both of us too. So I feel like.
Does he eat butternut squash? My husband, that was like the first vegetable that he started eating was butternut squash.
So I've been working on it because he doesn't want to eat pasta, and I'm like, perfect. I have butternut squash, and I always make it as like spaghetti squash or whatever. And I'm like, it's so good with pesto, and he's like, no, I don't like it. I'm like, you've never even tried it, so you can't say it.
Butternut squash though, like the orange one, I would cook it like when I first got Gary to start eating vegetables. I would cook that with like ground beef and bacon, and I slowly and I started with more potatoes for him, and then just slowly took out little bit by little bit. So.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try that.
It's a task getting.
Because he likes vegetables, but for some reason spaghetti squash is like a rare thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the veggies are tricky with the men.
I also cannot stand butternut squash.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do it. Or spaghetti squash, or like any of the squashes.
I love squash.
I pretty much eat squash every day.
Me too. That's literally like our main, like a zucchini.
It's the easiest one to make like a saute.
I think it'd be hard for me to give up squash.
The noodles, I know, those are really
Yeah.
Like there's Mexican zucchini, and I use that in everything, like everything.
Mexican zucchini? What is
Yeah.
that?
You've probably seen it. It's like a shorter, lighter green zucchini. Yep. It's a little more round. That's Mexican zucchini. Oh. And we use that. I use that in everything. Oh, you did? Oh, good job. My nephew.
Aww.
Homeschool day.
Yeah, now I'm hungry. Okay, maybe I need to go eat spaghetti squash. Oh, okay. Well, I will see you ladies on the virtual gym.
Yep.
Have a good rest of your night. Amanda, I hope your power comes back on. Bye.
Bye.